Hello friends, welcome to my channel Rainbow 7 Cloud Tech. In this video we'll see how to capture an image of a virtual machine. Sign into Azure portal. Once you are logged into Azure portal, go to all services, click virtual machine. I don't have any virtual machine right now. I will create a new virtual machine. Under the basic tab, select the subscription, select the resource group or create a new one. Give a name for a virtual machine. Select the region where you want to deploy the virtual machine. Select the availability options. Security type leave as default. Select an image. I will select the operating system Windows Server 2022 data center. Select the size for a virtual machine. I'll go with standard B2S, which is having 2 CPUs and 4 GB memory. Give the username and password. Confirm the password. I will allow the inbound ports RDP 3389 for remote desktop and HTTP port 80 for the web page. Click next. Leave the operating system disk as default. Will not select any data disk here. Click next. Leave everything as a default on the networking, management, monitoring, advanced tab, tags, all the settings as default, no changes. Click review plus create. Click create. Now the deployment is in progress. Now it's completed. The deployment is completed. Go to resource. Now under the overview tab you can see the capture. You can capture the image by clicking here. But before I capture, I want to do some changes on the virtual machine and see whether after creating an image and deploying the new virtual machine with that image, whether the changes will be there or not. Let's see. We'll first connect. We'll take a remote for this virtual machine. I have taken the remote for the virtual machine. We have operating system Windows Server 2022 data center. Now I will do some changes on this operating system, like creating some users, copying some files and adding some roles. Like web server role, I will add it. We can create multiple virtual machines from the image. If you are doing some changes like deploying security updates, installing some softwares, copying some files, and later on you create an image, like capture that state of an operating system, and that state you can create new virtual machines so that you don't have to reinstall the softwares, or you don't need to copy any files. Okay, now we'll deploy the web server role. Add role, click next, next, select web server IS, add the features, next, install. It will install the web server IS role. Till that time I will create some users. There will be some requirement in the company, like whenever you deploy a new server, you need to follow the company guidelines, like create some users, standard users for that company, or install antivirus. I'll add one user to the administrator group. This is only to test whether whatever the users I have created will be there after we create a new virtual machine or not. Close this. Our installation succeeded. Close this one. So we have a web server role also. Now we'll copy some files. I'll copy this file to the IS start web page. Now I can test, we'll test the web page whether this web server is working or not. From the desktop, open the browser, paste the URL, the public IP. So we have allowed port 80, so I can see this web page. So our web server is working, and we have created some users and we have copied some files. Now also we'll see the what is the IP address of this. We can see the host name is blank VM and IP address is 10.0.0.4. Now the current state of an operating system will capture whatever the changes we have done. It should be as is. So we'll go to the portal. If you have already existing virtual machine, you can skip all these steps and directly click on the capture to capture your current state of an operating system. And this, when you click a capture, the operating system will be stopped till the time it captures. Click capture, provide the settings where you want to save the image, like under the basics tab, instance details, share image to Azure Compute Gallery. I'll click yes and will delete the virtual machine after the image is created. Okay, click it. Now gallery details, target Azure Compute Gallery. I'll create a new gallery. Operating system state. This is important. You need to select whether the generalized or specialized. If you select generalized, we need to give host name, the new host name every time we create a virtual machine, admin user, and there are some initial the VM related setup to be completed on first boot. If you select specialized, you don't have to give any host name or admin user. It will take as before. Whatever was there before creating an image, the same things will be taken if you select specialized. We'll go with generalized. You can see the more documentation on learn.microsoft.com. Create an image of a virtual machine in portal on learn.microsoft.com. If you scroll down, you can see here there are some information for the generalized AVM and specialized images. You can use VMs that already have accounts created on them for specialized, or you can generalize the VM before creating the image to remove machine accounts and other machine specific informations. And if you select generalized, you cannot restart the virtual machine. We'll go back to the portal. We'll give some target VM image definition. create new. It's like a web server. OS type is Windows, it's selected by default. How we need to generalize? Queue, okay, leave everything default, click OK. Give a version number if you want to give, or you can mention the version number like 100 or anything. You can give end of the live date. I'll leave it blank. The other things will leave it blank. We don't need any other things. Default application, go to tags. Here also no need to do any changes. Click review plus create. Click create. Now it's capturing the current state of an operating system, and it will generalize. We have selected the generalized option. So now my virtual machine got disconnected, and it will take some time to capture the image. Till that time I will pause the video. Okay, now our deployment is complete. Here you can see what are the steps it has taken. First, it has successfully stopped the virtual machine. Later on, it took approximately 1-2 minutes, and successfully generalized the virtual machine, and deployment succeeded. Later on, it has deleted the virtual machine because we have checked box that to delete the virtual machine after image is captured. So it took approximately 13 to 15 minutes. Now go to resource. You can see the image name what we have given. This is the storage, and this is the image name. Web server, version number is 1.0.0, and we can create a virtual machine from here itself, from the image, or while creating a virtual machine we can select this image. So we'll create, first we'll see what are the virtual machines available. Go to all services, click virtual machines. Here the virtual machine got deleted, so we don't have any virtual machine right now. So from this image we can create multiple virtual machines. Click create. Same, the basics will quickly create that or new virtual machine. Resource group will be same. Select the resource group. Give a name. Now we'll give a name for the virtual machine, the new name. Web server 1. Look, region is Central India. We'll go with no infrastructure redundancy. Security type default. Now here we will not select the Azure related image. We'll select the image what we have created, what we have captured. This is the marketplace. You can go for my images if you have saved any image in the my images section, or you can see in the shared images section. So I have saved under the shared images section. So I will select, this is the image name, web server. I have selected this web server, and the size of the virtual machine you can select anything. I will go with standard B2S. Username, we need to give because we have selected the generalized state. So we'll give a username, password, confirm the password. Here also we'll allow the ports RDP and HTTP because we are deploying the web server. Click next. Same way we are creating the virtual machine, but only the selection of image is different. We are selecting our own created image. On the disk, no changes. No changes on the networking, management, monitoring, advanced and tags. We'll just leave the settings as default and click create, review and create. Click create. Now our new virtual machine is getting deployed. Deployment is in progress. Till the time it gets deployed, I will create another virtual machine. Go to all services, create virtual machine. I will go from the image. We will go to all services, scroll down. You can see under compute and Azure compute galleries. Here I have created our storage name developer. Under the developer I can see my captured image. The overview is not showing here. Yeah, the name, under the name you find web server. Click on this web server. If you have multiple images also, it will be listed there. So I have only one image right now. So this is the web server, and from here, from this image I can click create VM. That means a new virtual machine will be created using this image. You need to provide the virtual machine name, subscription, resource group, virtual machine name. Web server 2. Select the region and leave the availability option, security type as default. This is our image. By using this image we are creating a virtual machine. So leave as it is. Select the size of a virtual machine. Give the username and password. Allow the inbound ports RDP 3389 and HTTP 80. Click next. No changes on the disk, and we'll leave all the settings as default and click review and create. After the validation pass, create. Now this deployment is in progress. We'll go back to our all services. click on virtual machine. Our first virtual machine must be in the running state. Let's see. The first one is also not created. Let's see why it's not. Status is in progress. We'll refresh it. Why it's giving error? Let's see. Okay, there is some error, but the virtual machine started. We'll connect to the virtual machine using RDB, and now we can see whether the changes what we made is available or not. You can copy this public IP and web server should be running instead. Open the browser, paste the public IP. You can see you can browse the web page. So our virtual machine is started and web server role is also started. We'll connect through RDB. If you want to create multiple virtual machines from one single image, you can quickly create, and we don't need to do post installations like creating users, installing some required softwares, agents. You can do one time, capture the image and create the virtual machines from that captured image. See here, now this is the new virtual machine, and we can see the files whatever we copied here, it's already available, and our web server role is also in a running state. And you can also see our users, what we have created will also be available there. Server manager is getting started. We'll wait. We'll see the second server status. Still deployment is in progress. Go to first server, open computer management, you'll see the users. Click users. You see here the dev user and the what you call the PM admin is already there. So the user, the files, whatever was there before capturing the image is available, and we can able to browse the web page. Now we'll see the second virtual machine. Yeah, it's giving some error, but the virtual machine is running. Copy this and paste on the new browser. We'll see the web page, you can see or not. This is a new public IP for the second virtual machine. I have pasted it. Now we can see the web page for the from the second web server. Now we'll go connect to the RDP. This is the second virtual machine public IP. Give the username and password. Here you can see the users what we have created is available. So on both the virtual machines, quickly we can see the changes whatever we made on before capturing the image is also available after we create the virtual machines. You can create in this way multiple virtual machines. I hope you find this video informative. Thanks for watching.